People are like, what the hell is going on here?
Private pre-show.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. We should be set now.
Okay. Audio good? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
We should be good.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Everyone Dice, an all-queer tabletop group. And on Wednesdays, we play a homebrew D&D game. As you can see, we are down one player tonight. May is unfortunately under the weather. So we wish her all the best, a speedy recovery, lots of love. We will soldier on without her.
And
Without further
unfortunately,
ado-
I don't have name labels, so.
Oh, yes. So we will be in a featureless black void, according to my Twitch
This
feed.
is like what, the 13th episode. They know who we are. They know who we are.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
it's the
that's
14th
fair.
episode.
Hopefully. Yeah, it is the
14.
14th episode.
Holy crap!
Yeah, we're chugging along.
Getting up there.
Yeah, I actually have a question that I will wait before the recap. But before that, I will pass the mic to Kiana Lynn, who has some announcements.
So, as you guys know, we are part of the B-Gay Roll Dice Queer Actual Play Network. And this week, I wanted to recommend to you all the Chosen Ones podcast. Chosen Ones is a visual novel-style D&D podcast that is a collaboration between several artists and storytellers. It takes place in the first few hundred years of the planet Absalom on a continent known as Varun. The world is still developing, religious and political wars are always threatening to break out, and there are many mysteries about how this world came to be. Hardships of Absalom, people with extraordinary powers begin to develop, known as sparks. This story follows 4 of these sparks as they work to discover who the next chosen one might be. With art for every character, sound design, and an RP focus, there's a lot to dive into. So if you guys want kind of a unique take on a D&D podcast, visual novel style, come watch the adventure on the YouTube channel Casserole, CASSIROLL, or on Twitter at ChosenOnesDND. And as usual, keep your ears open before the break for this week's art raffle. You have a chance to win a free character sketch of your choice, and if you have one in the past, you can win again. D&D characters, original characters, fan art, whatever it is, I will draw it. So make sure you stay tuned. And with that, I'm on to Scotty.
Yeah, we once again don't have a huge amount of internal announcements. We are officially at 66 subscribers on YouTube, though. So tell your friends, steal their accounts, whatever you have to do, get us to 100 so we can give away an amazing set of dice made by AJ. And that's...
They're pink and gold and they have sparkles. They're very sparkly.
I want them.
We've seen them. They're really nice.
So yeah,
and I promise I'll have pictures soon.
We will be announcing that as soon as we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So if you want fancy pink sparkly dice, the very first official Compass Rose Productions set of dice, make people subscribe to us.
Yeah. Get us to 100.
Yeah.
Scotty, you say that like I'm gonna start mass producing these dice.
I figure you'll probably make another set or two at least, right?
Oh
yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, these would be the very first ones. They're extra special.
Exactly. Yes. So the question I had has nothing to do with D&D or anything that was just said. But I saw this going around on Twitter and I wanted your opinions. How many chugga-chuggas do you put in a when you're making a train noise? 4. Aaron says 4.
2.
Scotty says 2. I put 3.
Having just
like
done it,
chugga
the answer's
chugga
13.
chugga choo choo.
Sorry, what?
4.
So
4.
I do chugga 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 choo choo.
It's 13 for me.
So that-
I counted just now.
What? No. Okay.
Listen, chugga 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 choo choo. That's how my family's always done it. It's
Okay.
super long, but
Fair
that
enough.
is I can't do it with less than 13. Okay, it's impossible.
We admittedly
That's
we don't really do a lot of train noises in my family just because we've literally always lived near a train.
Yeah.
My house, real quick. My house has train tracks on 3 sides of it. It's all one train line.
Wow,
My
that
neighborhood
sucks.
is surrounded on 3 sides by this one train line. It's ridiculous.
At least Jordan supports me. 3 is the only answer. But with that inane, unimportant, stupid question out of the way, let's play some D&D. So, when last we ventured forth, the 5 of you explored Careholt to its fullest. You visited the bathhouse and had some experiences there. You all saw Shay, like their full changeling form. After that, you all sort of broke off. Some of you went to the trading hub. Others met up with old acquaintances and caught up. And yeah, it was really just a very relaxing episode. As you can tell, I didn't write a proper recap because I figured I'd just spitball it.
Are you regretting
That's
that
where
now?
we're at.
That's
Yeah,
flawless.
we're here. We're here. You were here now. So, we will pick up on the day that you were informed would be the war council. They would be assembling at some point during that day, and you would become like someone would come get you and bring you to the war council. Is there anything you all would like to do before then?
You're gonna kill me, but
That's fair.
what?
Yeah, you know,
So
you've got a backup character ready.
no, I don't actually. What the night before?
Yeah.
If Shay would ask, would Gideon go get drinks with her?
Mhm.
Okay, then they went and got drinks and probably drank a lot.
Yeah. You enjoy an evening of drinks with your mentor, I guess. He's kind of less a mentor, more a colleague, really.
I just thought of a terrible pun.
Oh,
My friend tour.
oh yes.
Goodness gracious.
Oh man.
It's only slightly better than whatever you had last session, so.
That was great.
Both bad. Both bad.
Apprentice acquaintanceship.
Yes, a print acquaintance. Is there anything in particular you would like to ask him while you are getting drink?
Not really, no.
Okay, so just catching up and
Yeah.
shooting the shit and all that. Yeah, it is a very lovely evening. You are served some either rice wine or the honeyed brandy. These are some of the more common beverages in Careholt. Gideon does have some some like fruit wines if you'd prefer those. Yeah, and the two of you spend your evening together, catching up, laughing, and having some drinks. Does anyone else have anything they would? Yes, Lynn.
During my morning prayer ritual with my little bone pieces and my writing, I'm going to cast Augury and ask what will happen if we completely trust these people with our lives. Yeah, does that make sense?
Sorry, what specifically are you asking?
I'm asking specific. I don't know how to phrase this question, but basically if we trust these people with our lives, will the result be weal woe or weal and woe?
Okay. Just give me a second. I gotta look up the exact wording on augury.
Well, while Casey's doing that, I'm going to swap the server region real quick, because I'm getting weird ping on Discord, and I think it's killing quality.
Yeah. So Scotty swaps that, and I will...
Yeah. Oh god, we're on US East? US East isn't bad or anything, but it's not great when we have so many people on the West Coast. Oh man, Lynn's video is so much smoother for me now.
Can you see this? Is this working?
Yeah,
went
you
green for me a couple
aren't
times.
chopping for me anymore.
Yeah.
But now you can see me do my little shoulder dance in
Yeah.
high resolution.
You were like
speed.
freezing every few seconds. We could still hear you, but you were freezing every few seconds, like one
That's
frame
miserable.
for me.
Okay, hold on. Okay, there, it came back. So, Lynn, Bernie, you would have to cast it.
I would make the case that Bernie is within the next 30 minutes, like before she gets to the meeting, trying to decide whether or not she should fully commit to trusting these people or not.
Okay.
So she like, regardless of what happens in the meeting, she's trying to feel out, like, should I get attached? Should I, like, she likes to help people. She wants to help people. She doesn't know if she should get attached to working with these people or commit to being safe and, like, open with the people who they're going to be traveling with. She's trying to make up her mind, and she just wants her god's, like, input on whether or not that would be a good thing or a bad thing.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just bend the rules on it slightly, because it specifically says, like, action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. So I'll just say, like, someone comes to let you know that the meeting will be in about an hour, and you cast it 30 minutes before the meeting or so.
Thank you.
As you are casting this ritual and writing out things, hold on, I gotta close that because it's Twitch was just lagging for me. Wheel is the result you get.
Wheel's the good one, right?
That's the good one. That's the good one.
Okay, you didn't even know at the moment. You're like, and I'm like, the Wheel's the good one.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Bernie is committing. She's like, okay, I trust these people with my lives. It'll be great.
Cool. 1 down. 5 to go. 4 to go.
Zala trusts people, so, you know.
Oh, man, you guys are making it too easy.
Well, Bernie she trusted them. She didn't know if she should trust them with her, like, your guys' lives and her life. That's, like, a lot of trust to put into somebody.
Yeah, I understand.
It's confident.
All right. So if no one has anything else they would like to do before the meeting, we will jump right to that. The red-haired young individual who escorted you here and to the elders initially comes to get you, and you are led toward the canopy, toward the tree you first met the elders in, but going much higher. The room you are led into is incredibly large, enough to hold, I would say, at least 40 people comfortably. Dominating much of the space is a large table in the design of a hollow circle. Light streams in from an opening in the roof, and nearly every chair is filled, some with figures you recognize. Zari and Talus, the elders. Shay, you see that Gideon is here as well. And Tanis, after he, I think that was his name, after he escorts you to the room, he takes a seat next to Zari. And yeah, what you do notice is that several of the figures seated are... It's hard to describe. You can see through them. Almost like they're ghostly after images of these people. Zari gestures at the chairs that have been left empty for you all. And once you sit down, she begins. Welcome, one and all. Thank you for giving your attention this late morning. We are here to discuss the plan of action in retaking the shrine to the Pale Tree. We have been made aware by our companion Castian, she gestures to the side, that the teleportation circle he established has been destroyed. And there is no easy way to the temple at this point in time. If anyone has any suggestions on how best to approach this, or any information in regards to these individuals, the Redcaps, that could help with our planning, now is the time to share. She sits back down and leaves the table open.
We didn't actually discuss what we were going to discuss at this meeting.
No, we did not.
Nope.
How are we supposed to plan for it? We don't
Yeah,
know
I have no
anything
way
about
to
the
plan
region.
for it.
Nor do we know anything about the red caps, really.
If only
I mean-
you had a whole session to
Yeah.
plan that kind of stuff and find
don't-
that kind of information.
We needed to like pick flowers and go find our
Yeah.
acquaintances, friend mentors, and
Uh-huh.
That is so much more important.
take a bath.
Yeah.
Way more important.
You people.
Let me see
You
if I
love
have
us.
a spell that will magically fix
I
it
do.
for us.
Shay will kind of look at everybody, just sort of like looking at. We're all kind of. I imagine we're all kind of looking at each other, like, "Oh shit, we didn't plan any of this." Like we all in character, we're all like, "We should have thought about this, maybe."
Yeah.
Had a
Zala is
discussion.
not in character thinking we should have thought about this. She's just kind of like, this is fine, we can handle this.
And
We
then,
just need to get in there.
Alois is looking expectantly at everyone else but our group, because our group is completely
know
new to this
shit.
forest.
We know
I mean, we were. I mean, for one thing, like we were the first. We've actually been in contact with the Red Caps. We have like, we had a non-violent situation with them.
I know how to solve this. Casey, I open my mouth and all the information they need. That'll check the
Convenient.
propellers spin, and they have it now. Okay, refresh me. What kinds of weapons did the Red Caps have when we saw them?
Swords and bows.
Yeah,
Swords and
swords, bows. I believe, based on when you first discovered that the Red Caps were involved, someone, I think it was Cordelia, learned that they were led by Silas, who uses a spear or like a lance, or some kind of
Yes.
weapon like that.
Okay. And there were 5 in the group that we encountered, and then there was this second group that we were tracking through the woods, right? From our time looking at the footprints, do we have an estimate of their numbers?
Give me an intelligence check. Yeah, I know.
Intelligence?
I know.
I really should have fucked up Bernie. If I could go back, hindsight's 2020, I wouldn't have given her 9 intelligence.
Yeah, you would have.
No, but probably. I think I would have bumped out. Anyways, 10? Perfectly average. Middle of the road, that's not a bad roll.
So, you do not know the exact number. You know that it is about, safe estimate, probably overall 30 to 60 people. Like,
Yeah, okay.
overall.
I remember you saying that, I think, at one point. Okay, so Bernie will say, well, regarding any possible way to get near the temple, I'm afraid that I think you would be the best to tell us, as we are not familiar with the region, but we do have some information on the red caps. From what we saw of them, they wield mostly bows, swords. I think it's rather unlikely that they would possess any sort of magic, but I wouldn't completely discount that. They are ranging anywhere from 30 to 60 in numbers, and they are led by a man named Silas, who uses a spear in combat, which, we had encountered a small section, and we tracked them to get near to Carehold, but I'm afraid beyond that, we don't have much to provide.
Silas, was he the guy that we saw when we had the non-violent confrontation with them?
No, they said their leader was with a different group.
Yeah, I think we had
okay.
like a wanted not like a wanted poster, some sort of orders that said like Silas on the bottom or
Okay.
something.
I know what the leader of the group we encountered looks like, and I was going to turn into him so we can say, hey, this is what he looks like. But that's also probably not a great idea. But Shay has 7 intelligence, so she doesn't think about that.
It could be helpful. You're welcome to do it if you want.
Let me ask first. I'll ask him first before you do that. Do you have anybody within your ranks who possesses the ability to scry on others?
We do. Several of our healers and Rhea over there also possesses the ability to scry. We have attempted this. I'm afraid that looking at them is... best way to describe it would be fuzzy. Cannot get an accurate picture, and it's like our vision is being distorted. This that leads me to believe there is some kind of possibly a potent magical item or someone in their group who possesses such abilities. It's not unheard of, but it is rare.
Alright then. Well, I'm afraid that that's all that we can provide on a red cap basis. Do you perhaps have a map of the surrounding temple area for us to plan around, or...?
We unfortunately do not, but we can give you a general layout of the temple. It would be... it is our intention that we will keep the fighting out of the temple. The temple is obviously a very sacred place, and to spill blood in it would be a dishonor.
Of course.
Tree and to Odona herself.
Would it be possible for your healers of Araya to scry on a location instead of a specific person to get a clear picture? Would that change anything?
And Zari kind of looks around. I think that might be possible. Is there a specific location you had in mind?
Well, perhaps the temple, just to see if where they may be located around it, if at all. Perhaps any other key locations deeper into the forest that you and yours could think of. Just to touch base in various areas to see if there are traces of their presence or if that's where they have made camp.
All right. And she gestures to two figures who sit nearby you, clad in sort of blue robes, and both of them sort of lean their head back, and you watch as their eyes roll back into their heads. This continues for a couple minutes before they both come out of this trance. The temple is... They're not at the temple at the moment, but it does seem like they've been there. There's some kind of altar being set up, and there's a heart on it, pierced by some kind of looks like a blade, but it's more curved. Hard to describe. And the other figure says, it seems that they are keeping themselves to the temple's entrance, just outside the temple. I can see there would be potentially 2 entry points if we could. The entrance from the mountains is unguarded right now. The entrance from the Undermountain seems to be a slightly more dangerous path, but those are the safest ways I see of approaching the temple right now. Sorry. Thank you both.
I'll speak to them and I'll say, is there any way that you could periodically check in through the rest of the day to see if those entrances remain unguarded, maybe once again at noon and once again in the evening?
I can do this, yes. We can do this, yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, with this information, I believe that the plan of attack should be twofold. One team should take the Undermountain path, and the other team should go over through the Udona's Shield Mountains to the secret path, the secret entrance there. That way we can pincer them. More certain plan of victory, I believe. However, we must take into account that the Red Hunt could be assisting them.
What is Red Hunt?
Exactly my question.
They are a splinter tribe, suppose you could call them. Vicious hunters who seek only to kill and not properly respect what they take. They worship the Beast Lord, if you've ever heard of him.
Have we?
Have I?
Religion check.
I'm good at that.
Are you sure it's an intelligence check?
I'm a cleric.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
Well, I only rolled an 11, so I don't know how good at this I am.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm not rolling religion.
Let me see here. Let's get everything I know about the Beast Lord, and then let's see what you know about him.
Nothing.
So, Alois, you don't know anything.
Getting those ones out of the way before combat, you know?
Bernie,
There we go.
you know that the Beast Lord is a rather mysterious entity. He is an evil, considered by many an evil deity, but there's no scripture following that. Many believe he is a primordial beast, an embodiment of bloodlust and savagery and slaughter, worshipped a lot by cults or bad people generally. And you know the Beast Lord's symbol is a clawed hand with blood on the talon.
Do I understand? Do I understand this more to be like a god or like a real creature that people also worship? Like, is this like a big monster that people worship, or is it a god? Do I have any leaning opinion one way or the other, or is it unclear?
It's kind of unclear.
Okay, so it's definitely real.
People generally do equate the Beast Lord on the level of a god. However, many religious scholars believe that the Beast Lord is a primordial entity, akin to a god.
Okay.
It's it's one of those theological studies that they don't really have the answer because people who generally worship the Beast Lord aren't really forthcoming with that information.
Yeah.
They also don't strike me as being scholarly.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I mean, I don't want to make judgments. They could have a whole team of scholars.
Come on now.
You did say savagery, so
listen, you can slay like a page. You can slay a well-written essay. This is possible.
Hey, what if you study to do more malicious things?
Boom.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know who my backup character is now.
All right. There we go.
Okay. I will ask them. Do you know anything about the Red Hunt's numbers within the forest? Or their capabilities?
The Red Hunt have long been our... We don't generally like the term enemies, but 'tis the closest to describe our relationship. They do not like that we are Udona's chosen. They believe themselves worthy of Carehold, where we currently are, and seek to take it back from us. We have no certain idea where they're located, but we believe that they have taken to living in the Undermountain. It's one of the safer places for people like them, and it's where a lot of their attacks tend to originate from.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I will turn to the gentleman who had seen this beast lord, or this altar with Lonely Lizzie's heart on it, and I will say, did you see any of the Red Caps or members of the Red Hunt themselves in this area, or was it empty, devoid of signs of life?
He thinks for a minute, and I don't know, it could have been scattered clothes.
Right.
It could have been bodies as well.
Okay.
I can't be sure. It was just out of my line of sight, just out of the corner of my eye I could see.
I understand. I am going to cast Locate Object. The guy, I wasn't there that session. I don't know if he gave his name.
What guy? Oh, the
one that Cordelia was like talking to the most.
Okay.
One of those guys.
I don't think.
I don't think we got any names from them.
I don't need to know their names. However,
there was a name, but I don't think it was the leader. I think you got a name for the guy who wanted to become a dancer.
Yeah, so him. I'll do him then. His weapon. I can't remember if he was wielding a bow or a sword. His weapon, I will envision in my mind, and as long as it is within 1,000 feet of me, I can sense the direction of the location's object, if it is in motion or if it is still.
1,000 feet isn't much, though.
1,000
know,
feet
but I'm
really
trying.
isn't much. Yeah.
Like, Bernie, this is all she can do right now. She's just gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it again at some point while we're, like, traveling out. Just in case. You never know.
There is no... You do not get a sense that it is within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay, that's what I assumed would happen, but good to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that again at some point.
Okay, because I was like, it's gonna be the same.
It's gonna be the same thing for a while, but I'm.
No, yeah.
I got
Later,
that dude's weapon on lock in my mind palace, and I'm gonna be revisiting this.
Yeah. Okay.
What was his weapon?
I don't know.
I believe it was
there
a
that
bow,
session.
and his other guys had like.
I
other
thought he
swords
had
or
a
axes.
sword.
Scotty is correct. He had a sword. He is a sword dancer.
The dude who was who was berating him had a bow.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
never
the
know,
one
they
with the
said-
mind palace.
Like, they said they wanted care holds. Maybe that they were all, like, coming here. I don't know. Never know.
Well, I believe with the information that there is some kind of altar being assembled in the temple is worrisome, and we should speed up our movement. I know the Lorende's Fang, she gestures to one individual who you recognize as the leader of the group who brought you all to Careholt originally. They are ready to go at any moment. I'm afraid some of our other hunting squads are not fully assembled at the moment, and I really would not want to send them in unprepared.
How long would it take to assemble maybe one or two more?
A few days, at least.
Uh,
Closest.
That takes too long.
Some of our hunting squad members are out in the world and couldn't
how
get back here fast enough.
how many members would you be able to send if we were to leave today?
To leave today, I could send the Fang. I could probably spare. I could spare a healer, and possibly a few more troops. I'd still need to keep a lot here in case these individuals decide that they wish to come here.
Of course.
I could send a healer and probably four other individuals along with you. I'm afraid that would be everyone that I could spare right now.
I think we should send who we can today, including ourselves, and when you have another squad ready to move, send them as backup.
That's smart.
That we can do. We can do.
We cannot afford any more time for them to do whatever it is they're trying to do.
Alois is just staring directly at them like,
Yes. Yes, he is. Well, I believe then we'll need to get everything assembled. I could have everything assembled in a few hours, I suppose. Yeah, a few hours for sure, and you could leave by mid-afternoon.
That sounds wonderful. Tell me, do you have anybody in Careholt who is an expert on the Red Hunt who may know more about them than yourself?
Well, we are all equally familiar, but Gareth, and she gestures to the individual who led you to Careholt, has had the most dealings with the Red Hunt and could possibly give you more information on them than others might.
Bernie just looks expectantly for this information. She just looks at him.
What are you looking for?
Anything that would help.
I'm afraid you'll need to narrow it down a bit more for me.
Do you know anything about their fighting tactics, their numbers, the way that they organize in camps?
Pack tactics, really.
What do you say?
Pack tactics.
Pack tactics.
They fight side by side, usually. Brutal fighter. They're meant to overwhelm you first. If If you do not stand firm, I'll take you.
Can you elaborate? What does that mean? Overwhelm as in with numbers, with might?
Oh, this hard to describe to one who hasn't seen it. They can control the beasts around them, bend them to their will, turn the forest against you. Zari raises her hand. Calm
Very
yourself,
passionate.
Gareth. Apologies. They are cruel individuals. When you fight a Red Hunt member, never trust that they are alone, because they never face down someone unless they know they have an advantage.
I'm sorry, to clarify. Do they fight with like hands and feet, claws and teeth? Do they use weapons?
Claws, teeth, axes, blades, spears, whatever they can carve or forge for themselves. They're not exactly skilled smiths, but they are clever.
I kind of look at Eloise. So,
And
sound-
I look back
Stay there.
because you haven't said anything yet. Like,
Eloise, have you heard of anything like this before?
well, they sound like druids.
That's what I was thinking. Alright, well, I suppose all we can do for the next few hours is prepare. Thank you, Gareth, for the information.
Oh, well, I look forward to cooperating with you and your pack.
I feel much the same way.
Sorry. Well, I believe the only thing we need to discuss now is who will be taking what path.
Which path
Oh,
gets us
can we
there
go?
faster?
Oh, yeah, that's.
They are both roughly equal distance. I would
Can we go
say
underground then?
the Undermountain Pass. If that is what you prefer, of course. It might be the more challenging, but
What would we face there?
well, it is more likely that you will face members of the Red Hunt. It is where Umber Hulks make their nest.
What? What's that?
An Umber Hulk? Have you not seen one of those before?
I'm afraid not, no.
No, but I want to.
They are
Maybe.
They are large, insectoid-like creatures.
I believe we avoided one on way here.
That would be that would have been very smart of you. They're very deadly creatures if you're not ready for them. They can be avoided, though. I'm afraid we've also had strange creatures monstrosities, I suppose, is the proper term, showing up in the Undermountain the past month or so.
New.
Creatures I've never seen before.
Are they...
The last one that I remember was almost like a spider,
Oh goodness!
but it had human hands,
No, 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 no.
and it had several heads stacked on
No.
top of each other, and it let out a horrifying shriek.
Eloise, please, can we?
Please, let's go.
No, Eloise, I'm terrified of spiders. The bugs were bad enough, but I can't do spiders.
But why? Spiders are harmless.
Yeah, that spider
That
doesn't
does not
sound
sound harmless.
Sounds
you know,
fun.
I can deal with a spider when it's no bigger than the size of my hand. If it is larger than the size of my hands or possesses several of its own hands, I'm afraid I have to
I can
pass.
turn into a spider that's the size of a dog.
Don't ever do that. Do not ever do that.
What if I can go and talk with these spiders, though?
I don't know, Eloise. They don't sound like normal spiders. They sound like monstrosities.
They sound like creatures under control of something. Or made by something. They don't sound natural.
No, they don't.
We did believe that they were constructed by someone. I don't believe something like that can exist properly in nature.
If they were constructed, they are, at best, mindless, and at worst, being controlled.
Okay. Wait a second.
No, the worst would be fully in control of what they're doing and still doing it.
This is an animal, though.
I disagree.
Do I know of any magic that could control husks of creatures like this? Like, have I ever heard of anything like this before?
Yeah.
I have?
Yeah.
I don't have to roll for it?
No, your religion is like
Beyond my religion.
well, one of the tenets of your religion is making sure that death is properly respected, and there are spells to control, undead, just control husks of people. It's easy.
People, though.
Yeah, but
Like,
it is easy enough to assume that such spells could either be adapted or altered to control other things.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you want to know? I don't know how spell levels are quantified in this world. Do I know what level spell that would be? And is it 4th or below? If so, we got a tasty little magic item that should help us out.
You know that such spells would be quite potent, but that... How to describe this? Based on your knowledge of controlling the undead and like that kind of thing, you think it could be feasible that someone of your skill level, maybe a little more advanced, could do something like that.
Bernie just puts her head in her hands. Because now she knows that we have to go there. Because we have a magic item that could potentially help us. And she hates it now. She hates this. What potential threats lay on the other path?
The going over the mountain?
Yes.
Well, the Red Hunt, of course. They're a threat, I suppose, no matter which path you travel. I think it's possible you could also face Umber Hulks there. It's less likely, but they have been known to surface there to feed on the goats. I'm not sure. It's a bit more difficult physically to travel, so it stands to reason to me it's the slightly safer path because it's more difficult for things to get a footing.
Don't die.
Alright. I think we would be better suited to go under the mountain. I think that you should send your people through the safer route.
Gareth looks at you all and goes, "Ha ha ha! I like you."
I like you too, and I don't want you to die. Everybody just, puts her head in her hand again and starts rubbing her forehead.
Alice is literally rocking back and forth like, yes, yes.
He looks over at Zari and says, "Send the healers and the other members with her. I'll take the Fang with them. I'll take the Fang over Udona's shield." Well, I'm glad that has been settled. Now, I suppose I should ask who would like to go with them, or should I pick names from a hat?
Suppose that's up to you.
Do any of you have any preferences to who I send? Anyone you've met recently that you had an enjoyable encounter with?
I feel like you're setting us up for something, Casey, but I can't
Not
think of
at
anything.
all.
None that I can think of, but you should send some of your healers with Gareth. They shouldn't all come with us.
I'm a healer. I'm a doctor.
We are healers, exactly, so I think that...
Very well, I suppose I'll take the healer then, if we're not in need. But you should still take some extra bodies with you for help.
We should.
I think that would be more useful to us.
And Gideon raises his hand. I'll go. All right. A volunteer, and one of the individuals wearing blue, the young man who spoke to you, Bernie, raises his hand as well. I will also go with them.
Wonderful.
Very well. I will find 2 others to attend as well. Is there
Question.
anything else? Yes, Lynn.
Yeah. No, sorry, in character.
Ooh, okay, Bernie, yes.
Zari, do you possess any stones of sending or methods of communication that we could use to keep the 2 groups in contact?
We do, actually. We have very unique sending stones that we will be giving to the Fang, to your team, and to the council here. They are sending stones made from the home trees, and she sort of gestures around her. When you are within the Lurende, they have an increased potency, and the further you are away, the more that potency decreases to that of an average sending stone.
Wonderful.
I will be giving those to the teams before they depart. What I would ask is that when each team is in place, please contact the other and the council so that we can prepare further action, so that teams can attack in unison and a higher chance of success that way.
Wonderful. I think that sounds agreeable.
Alex
Anyone?
go like under mountain, under mountain. What's it called?
What's the song from Avatar? Secret
Secret
tunnel.
tunnel, secret
Tunnel.
tunnel, through the mountain.
This session has to be
But
called
you
Secret
guys-
Tunnel now, right?
You guys, well, no, because you're not in the secret tunnel yet. And
Oh.
also, it's not a secret tunnel. You guys chose not to go to the secret tunnel.
And we're going underneath the mountains with the spooky.
Yeah, but that's
spider
not a
thing.
secret
Yeah.
tunnel.
That's
Oh,
not.
that wasn't the same as the secret entrance?
No, the secret entrance is over the mountaintop.
Oh. Okay, so just normal
But then it wouldn't be a tunnel.
Yeah, there you go. Normal tunnel.
Oh.
Spooky tunnel?
There you
Spooky
go.
tunnel.
Spooky tunnel.
Only it was
Spooky
like
tunnel.
Halloween, right? That would be
Through the
wonderful.
mountain. Spooky,
Um,
spooky, spooky, spooky tunnel.
Well, is there anything else you would all wish to discuss before we begin preparations? Anything in particular you would like to ask for or need for your journeys? Oh, and she looks at you all and says, your cart and your ox will be taken care of while you are away. I'm afraid the paths
Would not
toward
fare
the
well
mountain-
under mountain.
No.
Also, we probably couldn't keep Steven safe.
Yes, it would be best that Stephen stays here for now.
Is there a chance that I might talk with the elders privately?
Yes, I suppose. If there's nothing more, then we will adjourn this meeting and what should I call your group?
Whatever works best for tactical purposes.
Okay. The
What about damage healers? I like that. Because we deal damage and we heal things.
This is a bit wordy if they need to tell us something quickly. The B
how
team?
how about the new friends and the Lorende's Fang will be at the northern entrance to exit to Carehold in 4 hours. Gives you all time to prepare, wrap up anything that you might have.
Wonderful.
Everyone stands. They all kind of give a nod of acknowledgement to the elders. They kind of, shuffle out, sort of chatting amongst themselves. Gideon sidles up beside you, Shay, and says, "Guess you're stuck with me for a little longer."
I was gonna make you come anyway, so.
Oh, good. Great minds.
Oh no,
Oh,
Lynn died.
she just wanted to talk. What?
Lynn really doesn't want to talk to Gideon.
Yeah. Jeez. As you all exit, the room is left empty for Bernie, Zari, and Talus.
I will wait right outside.
All right. Thank you, Zala.
Of course.
There's nobody else left in here. It's just the three of us.
Just the three of you. Seemed
Okay.
like you had something to discuss.
Yes, it's been on my mind since we first arrived here in Careholt, and I don't know if you're the proper people to ask of this, or if you indeed know much about the realms of magic.
We could point you in the proper direction if we are unable to answer your question. There are many in Careholt who study the arcane art.
Would you know of anybody in Careholt who specializes in necromancy or resurrection?
There are... I suppose there are some who possess the capability of such things. Whether or not they are practitioners, I am not sure. Might I inquire as to what sort of resurrection you're looking for?
I'm just looking to further my knowledge in the field.
I understand. I suppose there are two individuals who come to mind. If you're looking for proper, I suppose then I should ask, what kind of resurrection are you looking for? There are different kinds. Are you specifically looking for arcane, necromantic forms of undeath control, or are you more looking to further your study in divine necromancy bestowed by a deity?
Divine necromancy. Where I come from, my order, we deal with such things, but unfortunately, before I was able to learn much, I had to leave. So, I'm sort of continuing my path, the path that my god has set out for me.
Your order is the Pallid Mask, then?
Yes.
Good to have one of their order within our walls. And there are two individuals who I believe could help you. There is young Rhea, who works at the Last Home. Though it is not one of her specialties, she is a very impressive spellcaster, and her array of divine spells is, well, it seems to be endless. The other individual I could recommend is Korava. He is tender of the Bone Land. They are our graveyard of sorts. His study...
like a rot field, or?
Not entirely like your rot fields, but not dissimilar. 'tis more a garden and a place of worship. It's where our almost a temple to your god, to Demir.
There's one here?
There is. It's in the
Didn't know
Bone
this.
Lands. I apologize for not being more aware and not
It's
telling you.
alright. I didn't realize that. Wonderful. Well, maybe I'll stop by there. That sounds amazing. How do you spell that guy's name?
His name is spelled Coravar.
I left a bigger space. I thought it was going to be much more complicated. Right. Koravar. Out of curiosity, what did you call the Lord of Bones?
Demir
Demir.
is the name we are familiar with. Your record keeper.
Huh.
Gods
Alright.
go by so many names, after all.
They do. It can be difficult to keep track of.
It certainly can.
Wonderful. Well, I am feeling simply inspired. Is he what you would call the priest? Or do we have something in common, Corvia and I?
He is not a member of your order, but he is a follower of your god. If that is what-
Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. All right. Thank you very much. I wish I had asked sooner. Only we didn't have to leave in a few hours. Well, thank you so much.
When you return, you are obviously, you and your companions are more than welcome to stay here in Carehold, helping us take care of this problem. It's a greater favor than I would have asked of new friends.
It's our pleasure.
Well, I suppose we better begin preparations. Talus? And they stand and lead you out of the room, sort of walking with you. Yeah.
As we're walking, I think Bernie's just one or two steps ahead, or behind, whichever. And she just takes a moment to laugh to herself and sort of. She's very excited by all of this, and she just takes a moment to tell Delilah, I'm feeling very good about this.
There's a warmth you feel around you as you almost feel like her arms are sort of wrapping around you from behind, like she's hovering just above you, her arms wrapped around your neck. In a loving way, not in a horrible, threatening way.
Joking! No, yeah. That's
Not
great.
trying to choke you out here or something.
Well, I don't know, maybe later.
Yeah.
Great.
It's personal time.
Cool.
Save it for the Bone Lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save it for Bone Town.
It's horrific, and I really like it.
This is the quality content you can get from Everyone Dice.
Yeah.
Red Roy
Bone
YouTube
jokes.
channel, where you can rewatch this segment later.
The bone jokes. All right. So, I know you all were thinking of going to the restaurant. If you all still want to do that, we can. Is there anything else you all would like to do before you depart from Carol? You've got about remember, you've got about 4 hours or so.
Eloise is ready
just
to
wants-
feast before
Yeah.
she goes and kills a bunch of people.
Okay, so Eloise is in favor of going to the restaurant. Okay.
Would like an hour at the restaurant count as like an hour of rest?
Short rest is light activity.
Like
Light activity.
like a short rest?
Yeah. That's all I need
I-
to get my spell slots back, right?
If you're a warlock,
Yeah, warlocks
I'm a
get spell slots
warlock?
on
yeah,
short rests.
if you're a cleric, you get your spell slots
Unfortunately.
back on long rest, unless you have a thing.
Nope, I don't have a thing.
Yeah.
Should not have cast augury to start my day off.
If I read augury correctly, augury is a ritual spell.
Augury is a ritual spell. You're correct.
Hey, there you go.
So
Yay!
there you go.
I need to
But
get
you
a proper
know,
spell tracker.
but I believe you did cast locate object.
Yeah, I knew I probably wasn't gonna get that one back. That one I was okay with.
Unless that one is a ritual also. It is not.
I was in the middle of a conversation. There's no way I could have cast that as a ritual.
Yeah, so you have augury, but or your third level spell. I think augury is third level.
Second level.
So you have augury, but you don't have locate object.
Cool, that's fine.
Cool. No one has anything in particular they would like to do.
I mean, Shay's gonna drag Gideon along, so
Yeah, I figured.
Are we going to the restaurant with your new friend?
Old
old
friend?
friend.
Old friend. Do you
Old
introduce
friend.
us? We haven't
Yeah.
met him yet.
I mean,
Yeah.
she'll probably just be like, "Oh yeah, this is Gideon. He's an old friend."
An old friend of Shay. I have so many questions for you while we're sitting at lunch.
Oh, all right. Well, I will have answers for you.
I'm Eloise, Shay's best friend. How are you?
Hi, Eloise. I am good. Hungry because I skipped breakfast.
You shouldn't skip breakfast.
Yeah, I know. But
Oh, I'm always hungry.
I needed to get my workout in, so. What are you
Work
gonna
out
do?
from an empty
Why
stomach.
can't you eat while doing it?
You should eat
Because
after a workout.
The last time I tried to eat while I was working out, I threw up, and that was messy. So,
I am Bloodhand.
a pleasure to meet you, Bloodhand. And your quiet friend there?
Cordelia.
Jess. Oh, Cordelia. We're gonna say Cordelia is not feeling great, so she's gonna go back to the room to lay down while you all go to lunch.
If you need
Just like
anything,
May.
send someone to us.
Oh. And I'm Bernie.
Pleasure to meet you, Bernie. Got some interesting friends, Shay. Very fitting.
Sure.
Fitting. It's an interesting compliment.
Have
Or
I?
insult.
Is interesting good or bad in this context?
I think it's both.
Oh,
I meant it as a good thing. I think interesting is
Oh, yeah.
good. Not everyone does. Some people are boring, but you know.
Some people are boring. I agree with you, Gideon.
She gets it. I forgot. Have I described Gideon in? I haven't described him
Not
in
really, no.
this game. I think I gave him a brief description in session 0.
I don't
Your
remember.
session 0. Well, he is dressed very, very simply. He's kind of got like a plain sleeveless tunic. sort of like I don't know the term for them, but like those slightly baggy martial artsy kind of pants.
Drop crotch.
That's the one. He has kind of leather wraps around his feet. He's got his hair is longer now than when you saw him last, Shay. He's got like a tiny bit of stubble coming in, not a lot, but he hasn't shaved in a day or two. The most notable thing about him is that his entire right arm is wrapped in bandages and has these paper talismans across it.
What happened to your arm, Gideon? I could look into healing that for you.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's a
I could get you some
long,
new skin.
boring story. I am good, but thank you. That
Gideon.
is a sentence that I have not heard before.
Oh, we've heard it before.
Yeah, it'd be nice
You're
and
really
soft.
This is not the
I
first
could
time
get-
we've heard this.
I could get you some really nice rabbit skin for your new skin. It'd be nice and soft.
Well, that's, I do love rabbits. I don't like rabbits that much, though. But thank you.
So what you're telling us is Gideon's persona is not a rabbit.
Not
So
a
we
rabbit.
just need to find the right animal, and he'll be like, "I'm so down." Gideon, I love long, boring stories from interesting people.
Well, if I was interesting, I would tell you. But, it's kind of personal, too. It's like, it's nothing bad, though. I can still use it, It's just, I'm kind of left-handed now, so whatever.
Well,
It is what it is.
Do you want to switch
here's
hands?
what it is.
I'm still good. But that is... I hadn't considered that. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I just shake my head at Gideon, like, no, you won't. No, you don't. You don't want to do that.
All right. So while you are all conversing with this new companion of yours, you all make your way toward the only restaurant in town, the Last Home.
You sure it's not called the restaurant?
It is
called The
not
Last
called the
Home.
restaurant. It's called the Last Home. And that is where we will take our first break.
Oh.
Our only break.
Okay, cool. Well, that means it's art raffle time, folks.
Woo.
So, for the art raffle, all you need to do is enter the password into the chat, and when we get back from the break, I will read off the winner. You need to have either your Twitch Whispers open or the ability to message me through our Discord or Twitter at Everyone Dice. You can find our Discord there. The password for this session will be Chugga Chugga Choo Choo. I'm going for that one. Yeah. Feel free to
It's such a long one.
do it. If you just want to do chew, chugga, I'll take it. I like put train for all I care. No, you have to do chew. I can draw your D&D character, your OC, fan art, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Bonus points if you do 13 chuggas, because that's the correct amount.
No, it's not. It's 3.
Don't worry, Jake. That's how you spell chugga.
That's how you spell it. That's how you spell chugga.
Yeah.
All right, and I think that's all from me.
Yeah. So we will see you in 10 minutes.
If I can get my mouse in the right spot. Ta-da.
And we are back. Thank you for staying with us through the break. Lynn, who is our lovely winner this week?
Yes, it was very hard for Wheel Decide to choose because there were 2 entries. And the winner this time is Jelly Puncher. Yay! Congratulations, Jelly. We, I think, already have a DM open from last time you won, so just send me another message and let's do this. I'm very excited.
Excellent. Congratulations, Jelly. I'm looking forward to seeing what Lynn draws for you this week. All right. So, I think we lost Lynn. Nope, there she is.
Oh, yeah, Discord's doing that weird thing again. Before we jump in, I'm going to swap our server region and see if that fixes it.
Cool.
The joys of cross-country gaming.
It's like always me. If May's not here, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May actually doesn't.
I swapped
was
us
that?
in the middle of that, sorry.
Yeah, what did you say, Jen?
I have to say, May doesn't actually have that many issues anymore. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
and then
but,
she'll have like one like green screen, and that's about it.
Yeah.
It's just me. It's just me
Nope.
out in the desert.
I will say Lynn is, like, crystal clear for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's
There
up
we
with
go.
it, but apparently we just have to change server region every once in a while in order to fix Lynn's feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see the cactus now.
Yeah, you can
clearly.
show us your lesbian sweater.
It's my shirt. It's literally my girlfriend's shirt. Too.
Oh, well, we can see
Extra
it now.
lesbian vibes.
It's 3 cacti on it. It's great. I love it.
It is delightful. All right. So, you all begin making your way toward the one restaurant that they have in Carehold. Crossing the rope bridges that connect the trees in the the trees from the canopy, you find yourself on a wide open balcony to a very large building with a tall A-frame style roof. Above the wooden double door is a sizable stained glass window. As you step inside, you are greeted with an array of incredible smells which waft throughout the immense open common area. A bar sits to the immediate right, and the sound of cooking is to the left, hidden behind 2 swinging doors. This whole building itself seems to have been built around the tree, as a portion of it grows through the center of the room, supporting what looks to be a second story above. You see, making her way through the tables, a maroon-skinned tiefling woman with very long and curled dark maroon hair. She's got small ram-like horns that curl around her ears, and her eyes are a brilliant golden sclera. You also see, making their way through the tables, a very large anthropomorphic hound in like sort of regal looking armor, and they're basically waiting on the tables. Okay, hold on. Just go. As the woman sees you, she smiles and gestures to one of the free tables. There's about just under a dozen tables here. There's probably like 11 or so. And she says, "Make yourself at home. I'll be right with you."
Is there a booth?
There is not a booth. There is no booth. They're all like tables. There is like some that are close to a wall.
Do we see it ourselves? Is that what she said?
That is what she said, yeah.
Okay, let's go for the tape. Let's go for the one near the wall.
Okay.
Private, the most private looking one in the room.
After a moment or two, she makes her way over to you, smiles, and then says, "Oh, I saw you all in the war meeting.
Yeah, are you Rhea?
I am. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello, Rhea.
And you're our new friends.
Yeah, we are.
We're your hungry new friends.
Yes.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. My cast will fix you up something nice. What are y'all craving today?
Everything.
Oh, well, we got most of that.
Do you have like the cold bow? They're these
Wow.
little. Well, they're quite large actually. Like a bag of bread, twisted with like filling inside of it, like spinach and.
You could just say dumplings.
Kind of
They're
like
not
a dumpling.
dumplings. They're called bao.
Oh yeah, but they're almost like dumplings.
They're almost like dumplings, but the texture's they're large and the texture's different.
Kind of like a larger dumpling?
Yeah, but they're called bao. But yeah, same idea.
I've never heard of it, but I can ask Cass, and if he has, he'll make you up some.
I've been craving that since we got here.
All right, what kind of filling are you craving?
Spinach and meatball.
Spinach and meatball?
Yes.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Everything.
I'll bring you a plate of everything.
I'm sure this is a long shot given region, but do you have moose?
We got most things, hon. I'm pretty sure we got some moose.
I would like moose.
Please bring the dessert mousse. not like
He's
mousse
so
meat.
good.
And, sort of potato pancakes?
Potato pancakes.
Potato and onion, sort of in round, fried. I don't know how better to describe. I'm not a cook myself.
I'll describe it to the chef, and he probably knows, or he can make you up something close enough. What about you, sweetheart?
I guess I'll have something with fish in it. And I almost slipped into Rhea's accent because it's driving me insane.
Because I'm butchering it.
No, it's fine. You're not doing any better than I did.
And Gideon chimes in. I'll have the same. All right. I will get those orders right in there. And she disappears to the kitchen before coming back a few moments later and says, "Well, while you wait, is there anything y'all would like to drink? Should I get a pitcher of water maybe for the table?"
Sounds perfectly agreeable to me.
All right. She comes back with a small tray of these clay glasses they have a very they're the kind of glazed clay cups with a sort of a mosaic or a motif on the outside. She sets them all down and sets the pitcher in the middle and says, "If there's anything you need, you just holler at me." Oh, was that bad, huh? Okay.
I was clicking to try and get back to the call, and I went to the office instead.
No, whoops.
Bernie will say, actually, do you have chocolate milk?
Yeah, we can make you up some chocolate milk.
Wonderful! I haven't had that in so long. That would be great. It's not going to go at all with my lunch, but you know what? I'll make do.
I'm sure it'll mix just fine. She hustles off to the kitchen, and you are all left to discussing whatever you would like to discuss. At a certain point through the discussion, like 5 minutes later, not even, the large anthropomorphic hound creature brings you a glass of chocolate milk.
Thank you so much.
What is that?
It's chocolate milk. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
It's sweet, but not too sweet. It really... Oh, I haven't had it
sorry.
since I was young.
Lynn, I'm sorry. What Eloise is about to do.
Oh no!
Pass it. Bernie
She's
passes
gotta
it to you
chug
completely
it.
unfucking
She's
away.
gotta chug it.
Bernie's face goes from like, I'm sharing a treat that I'm excited for with my friend to just like,
Zala's just gonna quietly wave someone down and be like, can we get another glass of chocolate milk?
I put my hand on Zala's arm.
I can get you another glass of chocolate milk.
Thank you.
Enjoyed that first one a lot,
I'm
did you?
gonna pat Bernie.
Eloise enjoyed it a lot.
Well, as long as someone did.
Yeah, you're right. That's all that matters.
No food is safe from Eloise, Lynn.
I can't believe it. It's so rude. I will turn to Gideon. I'll say, Gideon, tell me, how long have you known Shay for?
Oh, ages.
Since she was a child, or
Well, not that long.
not that long? Do you have any, like, embarrassing stories? What's your favorite one?
Oh, embarrassing stories.
Yes.
Oh, I've got lots.
You will simply have to indulge me.
Oh, well, there was, let me think. There was this time when, me and Shay, we were, on a boat, and we were crossing over to Dunland, and, you know, I was manning the ropes there, you know, for the sails and stuff, and you know, Shay came up and was like, "Oh, I got that," and she grabbed them from me and didn't brace herself, and a big gust of wind came, and she was almost flying, I tell you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is embarrassing. Do you have another?
I don't.
That's it? That's the only... It's not even that embarrassing.
Yeah. I think I have more embarrassing stories about myself than I do Shay.
Well, I would love to hear those as well.
Well, yeah.
We can trade 1-to-1.
All right, you go first.
No, I think you should go first.
I think you should go first.
Oh, well, you know, I...
Oh, come on.
Alright.
I'll give you a good one.
Alright, I'll go first. I will go first. Oh goodness, we're eating lunch. I don't know if I want to get this personal.
Well, we're not eating yet.
No, we're not eating yet. Alright. Well, do you know how... when, you know, you reach a certain point in your adolescence, you begin to, you know, if you have a uterus...
I don't.
Well, you know, you don't, but I'm sure you're familiar with the with the concept of a period.
Yeah.
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 So, when I was younger, my mother, she didn't like to talk about things like this, so I had a period in my life where I was figuring things out on my own. And foolishly, I thought that at night, for some reason, if I ate a salt cube, I wouldn't experience any bleeding.
Yeah,
And the
well,
first time, I thought I just didn't eat enough salt. That's why this has happened to me. So you may be
Yeah.
expecting the story to go in the direction of that I just woke up and there was a large mess, but no, at one point I was eating 5 salt cubes a night in an
Wow.
attempt to end... That's all it is. I ate 5 salt cubes a night, and when I woke up and my mother had to clean my sheets again, she said, Beatrice, what are you doing? Why do you keep doing this? And she finally explained to me.
Now I gotta ask,
There are many questions that could be prompted by this story.
how many nights did you go eating 5 salt cubes? What and was it like a rising thing? Did you eat 1 salt cube and then 3 salt cubes, or did you immediately jump to 5?
Or
And
is
where
she
did you
lying?
get 5 from?
I'm not... Well, here's the thing. My family had a horse.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. So I went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. My brain stopped at 5 for some reason. For 2 nights, I had 5 salt cubes. Before anybody thought to tell me otherwise.
Now, how do you feel about salt now?
You know, it took me a while. It took me a while to come back around to it, but now, you know, I'm fine with salt.
I gotta say, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, I should have, you know, I was old enough at that point where I should have figured it out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, they didn't. If your parents didn't really tell you, like, "Oh, this is what's gonna happen," then you're just gonna experiment on your own, right? Like, I get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The salt logic I couldn't explain to hardly anyone.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, that's fair. Wow. I guess that makes it my turn.
It's your turn.
Right. All right. Okay. So there was this time when I was younger. I don't know. I think I was 16, 17 summers in or so. And, you know, boy that age got urges, shall we say. And there are lovely people who, I don't know if you all know this, they will help you with those urges for some coin. They're wonderful people, hearts of gold. Hearts of gold.
And
But-
pockets of gold.
And
Yeah.
pockets of gold.
But some people think that it's immoral and, you know, at least like illegal and other backwards logic like that.
It shouldn't be.
So one day, while I was relieving those urges, the place I was in was raided. And I decided that I didn't want to get captured. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to have to deal with those questions like, why are you here? Who are you? Why is that in that hole? But so I decided that I was just going to escape from the roof. And, you know, I'm pretty agile, pretty good jumper. So I made my way outside, and it's when I realized I didn't have anything on. So I made my way across town from rooftop to rooftop, stark raving.
Oh, I have a similar story. I stepped out of the forest in front of a blood delegation, and they got really flustered.
Oh, what's a blood delegation?
You know where they come to collect the sold blood?
That's not a
The vampires?
thing outside of Braelia.
Oh, you're from Brelia. I mean, I know that's a. I've not spent a lot of time in Brelia. A little too cold for me, especially when I'm Stark Raven.
Your
Is
story
that-
is
Is that suitably embarrassing enough?
I think so. It reminds me of my first kiss, actually.
Okay,
Were you naked on a rooftop?
I wasn't,
Yeah.
no, but the first
So
kiss.
that's nothing like it.
No, but it's similar in that the first kiss I ever had was with a boy on a windowsill, and
And
I
he
got
was naked.
no, he was. We were both fully clothed, but I got embarrassed and I kind of punched his shoulder, and then he did fall out the window and
Oh.
broke his arm.
Wow, that he's alive though, right?
No, he's alive. He just broke
Oh.
his arm.
Okay, because that would have been a really horrifying end to your first kiss. Could you imagine? I kissed a boy. Ah, he's dead.
That would have gone from an embarrassing story to morbid, and you know what?
Ugh.
I never saw him again
I wonder why.
because I punched him in his shoulder, and then he fell out a window. What great stories these were!
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I know
want to
some of you-
participate, but I don't have any good
intimately.
embarrassing Zala stories.
Hey, I didn't either. I just had to make it up as I was going. It
I'm
was
bad at
terrible.
making up embarrassing stories.
That's why I didn't want to go first, Casey. Should have seen it coming.
Yeah, you should have.
I'm gonna look expectantly at Shay now.
You guys already
Always.
heard an embarrassing story about me.
Did we? You fell down on a boat. That's not embarrassing.
I mean, for some people it could be.
I guess so. I shouldn't judge, but I mean, I've fallen at multiple horrible points in my life. I think that's just normal. You're a bit clumsy.
I don't.
Some people find clumsiness incredibly embarrassing.
I don't know if I have any embarrassing stories to share.
Well, I've just opened up about two incredibly vulnerable parts of my life, and Gideon here is the only one willing to open up back.
Come on. Strip naked.
Your
Not-
first kiss.
Not literally,
No,
figuratively.
not literally. Don't eat 5 salt cubes. Don't
I mean,
strip
I'll
naked.
do it.
Jump a boy out a window.
Don't,
I like the
Alois,
spirit
don't do it yet. Do it in the bath place. I don't think they would appreciate it in here.
Oh, the bath. Have you guys been to the bath?
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
was a
place
giant
is
snake in there.
heavenly.
Yeah,
Huh.
it was interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Why a giant snake?
So I could hang out with everyone equally.
Oh, that's actually very sweet.
Yeah. Sweet and weird.
I mean, I could have been a flying giant snake.
No.
Well, that's kind of terrifying. So
No. Don't ever do that, Alois. 2 things off limits. I can deal with a snake. I'm not scared of snakes that are on the ground, but one that flies can come from any angle, and that's horrific. And also, no giant flying spiders. Ever. Ever, Alois. Ever. No giant.
What about a giant flying rat?
That's fine. Rats, I think, can be quite adorable under the right circumstances.
What about a flying shark?
I've never seen a shark, but sure.
But doesn't
It's a
it
snake,
need
isn't
to
it?
be in
Really?
water?
that's a very good point.
It doesn't say I can't breathe in air, if I'm remembering correctly. Maybe I'm not.
I'm pretty sure it needs to be in water.
But wait, shape water. Can't you cast spells while you're an animal? Is it that easy?
I'm gonna die.
Hey,
Sharknado!
What have I done?
You've given her too much power. I did warn you.
Wait a second. Alois, when can you turn into a giant squid? This is very important.
As soon as I see a giant squid.
I will also mention that the area of shape water is 5 by 5 feet.
That can go around both sides of a shark's head.
Let's get back on topic, please.
Why did I allow this?
I warned you.
I think Shay is gonna order some wine because clearly that's where this dinner is coming from.
Rhea comes over. Is there any kind of preference you'd have? We've actually got quite a store of spirits.
Just something strong.
All right. She excuses herself and comes back with a goblet of red wine. Anything else I can get the rest of you? Your dinner is almost ready.
No,
food
but-
is almost ready.
No, I think we're good.
All right.
I'll turn back to the group and I'll say, actually, I know that we're having great fun here telling stories of our first kisses and bleeding, but do you know how long it's going to take, roughly, to get to the passageway? I didn't think to ask, which was rather foolish of me.
Couple hours. I mean, we leave early mid-afternoon, so we should be there by like early, maybe late evening at the most, if we get held up or anything.
Does that mean that we'll be traveling through hand spider, face spider infested territory at night?
Well, I imagine we will be sleeping when we arrive at the mountain, because I don't think the Fang wants to scale the outside of the mountain in the dark.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. That works perfectly well for me.
But just to clarify, it's still dark under.
I know, but there's something so terrible about the idea of it also being night outside. Like, even if we could get out, it's still going to be pitch black and there might be another spider somewhere.
Right. It's not really a spider that they're talking about.
Okay, it had 8 legs.
Yeah.
Use the word spider. I don't know what else.
I
you
mean,
could
I
say.
can get 8 legs if I work hard enough without turning into a spider.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was
There you
think
go.
you're
I'd be
helping.
rightfully terrified of you if you did that.
I'm
But
just gonna
why?
put a gentle hand on Bernie's shoulder.
I look at Zala for sympathy and also for understanding.
Zala just nods.
Put my hand on your hand. All right, good to know. Good to know that that's the plan. Sorry, not to put a damper on a wonderful dinner.
No, of course. As you say that, your meal is brought out to you. Zala, placed before you is a serving of it looks like very slow roasted moose with a sort of a brown gravy, and they are served with what looks like latkes. They're not the exact same as the ones you're familiar with. Shay, what is served to you is a pan-roasted fish done in various spices and served with a interesting-looking kiwi and cabbage salad. Alois, you are served an array of things. A lot of various meat kebabs and like roasted potatoes, roasted vegetables, and it is like a plate piled with food. Bernie, what is put before you is what looks like chicken that's been fried, but it is served on what you're not familiar with what it is served on, but you are served basically chicken and waffle.
Didn't I order bao?
Oh right, shit. Sorry. Duh. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. I'm dumb. Yes. Sorry. You are served. There are 2 bao, and they are not done exactly as you remember them, but they are very similar to what you remember eating.
Yes, I'm very excited by this.
And yeah, you all enjoy a delicious meal together. Yeah. Feel free to converse as much or as little as you would like.
Inhale this
Yes.
food.
Yes, yes.
I will tear off a piece of my bao and offer it to Zala. Do you want to try this? It's
Um,
really good. I think you'd like it.
Yes, I would love to try. Do you want to try mine?
Sure. The mousse or the what else did you order?
Potato pancakes.
The mousse or the potato pancakes?
Both?
Sure. I will tear off a piece of my bao and hand it to Zala.
I'm gonna like cut off little pieces and move them over.
How was everyone's dinner? Is it good?
It's
It's
great.
really good.
No.
Yeah, Bernie just nods at Alois. And she says, I feel bad that Cordelia wasn't feeling well enough to make it. I hope she's okay in time for travel.
We can bring her here after, too.
We definitely should. Actually, I was thinking when we come back, I don't know how much time do we have now? How many hours? Are we just like an hour? Do we have like 3 hours left?
I would say by the end of the meal, you've been here maybe an hour and a half. So
we
you've
still got a couple
2
hours.
and a half. Yeah, you still got some time.
I actually learned something very interesting from the elders, that there is a temple to my god here, which is really exciting, and I'm thinking of stopping by when we come back.
That, would be very interesting. Could I come?
Of course you can come. I think that I don't know if you would like it, but I think you would find it very interesting at the least, and I don't know how similar it's going to be the ones from Pyra, but I mean, you never know. If so, I mean, yes, maybe they'll have all sorts of interesting plants and flowers and mushrooms at the Bone Land, which I guess is their graveyard.
And where is that?
I open my mouth and the location comes out.
Or did Bernie
Where
just
it
never
was.
find out where it is and was just told, oh, it's in the boneyard?
That's what happened.
I don't know. I just need to find where the Bone Land is, and then I'll be able to locate the temple and find Koravar, who I guess
I can show you.
You know where it is?
I live here.
Oh yeah, well, I suppose I just met you, so yes, that would be
But
wonderful.
that's very fair. That's true.
Oh, hey Shay, how did one of your friends come to live here anyway?
I mean, he kind of lives all over the place, so...
Where are you from originally, Gideon?
You boot up the map to get the proper name. take forever. Originally, I'm from Mendoza, actually.
And I'm sorry, Bernie lowers her voice. Are you and Shay, like, I assume involved in the same circles?
Sir.
Your organization?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Is there multiple organizations that they're involved with?
Yeah, Shay, are we involved in nefarious deeds?
Nefarious.
And you kind of get the sense that he is kind of teasing you.
Hey, you know, I mean, it's like the little fist with the thorns.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a secret or not.
Oh. I don't know. Kind of. Not really.
Okay, so
What? Okay. What do you need to know about the Onyx Thorn?
I was just curious if you also worked with them.
They attacked us on our way here.
Wait, what?
They're after one of our friends.
That doesn't sound right.
They had a really bad breakup.
I don't think we should talk about that, Eloise.
We shouldn't divulge someone else's business.
No.
Wait,
I was just wondering if that was how you met.
are you talking about the Onyx Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They're not part of the Onyx Thorn. They stole our symbol and are using it negatively.
Excuse me, what?
He points to Shay. Remember that situation I talked about in Reshev? That's kind of what I was dealing with. I passed it off to Phaeton, so.
Shay, why didn't you say anything sooner?
I didn't know. I honestly
I
didn't know.
didn't
I also
tell her.
I told you guys I'm not involved with that group, so
Okay. So what do you do then, Gideon?
All sorts of things.
Oh, all right. You have to excuse me. I need to use the restroom.
Yeah, sure.
Bernie does not trust Gideon.
She doesn't.
No. I would.
Bernie's
Alex
going to cast.
does.
What's Bernie going to the restroom to cast? Nice.
Is it watery?
Maybe I have to go pee. Did you ever think about that?
No.
What's the
No, because
situation like?
it's kind of like private restrooms almost. It's just there's stand up and sit down.
Are there stalls at all, or just the one sit down?
It is just one. There's one toilet. It is a door that closes with a latch that can lock.
Okay. Well, I lock it. This is a toilet.
Uh-huh. And what do you cast?
I don't cast anything. I do, however, get in tune with Delilah real quick.
Okay.
And I say, hey, darling,
Yes.
do you care to explain maybe what's happening here?
What would you like to know,
Don't
sweetheart?
pretend you don't know what I want to know.
I do, but you'll have to vocalize it. Use your words.
All right, Delilah, I have to. Were you part of the Onyx Fist or the Onyx Thorn?
The thorn.
Okay, why didn't you tell me?
Never asked.
That's... Alright.
It's not like it was a big secret or anything. I
No,
didn't.
but when they attacked us, I didn't want to ask you because you said that it wasn't a part of your life that you were very proud of, but I at least thought you would have spoken up and said, like, they're not with us or something.
What? I didn't know. I was just an information runner. I didn't know there was another group out there using that symbol. So when they attacked, I thought that the thorn had, I don't know, changed, or I don't know. I don't really know a lot about them, but they were an important part in helping me get where I was when we met.
I understand. Alright, sorry, I just...
No, it's, of course. I'm not trying to keep anything from you. It's just...
I know, but I was just worried for a second there that maybe you had known, you know, maybe been part of the Onyx Fist, and that you had known that...
No. I understand. And no, I'm not part of the Fist, or... I don't know. Maybe I was unknowingly. I've never seen this Gideon person, and this Phaeton, whoever they are. I've never heard that name before.
I understand, I mean, it's been, what, like 7 months now?
So much longer.
It does.
In a good way. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want to live inside your girlfriend's head for like half a year?
Well, there are worse places I could be.
It's just like moving in together.
Pick up your socks.
Yeah, hold on, I'll think real hard about it. Alright, darling, I picked the socks up.
Much appreciated.
Alright, I love you.
I love you too.
I will rinse my face and make sure that I've been in here for a non-suspicious amount of time, and then I'll go back to lunch.
Alright.
No spell casting required to interrogate my girlfriend.
Yeah, fair enough. Is there anything you all would like to chat about while Bernie is interrogating her girlfriend?
Peeing. I was peeing.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
All right. Bernie comes back and...
So sorry about that.
No worries.
On to lighter topics. I will just chat. Just chat.
And unless you all have specific things you would like to
I'm still trying to
talk
think
about.
up an embarrassing story for Zala, but I'm bad at coming up with embarrassing stories.
So am I. Just based off the one I told.
Yeah, all of the embarrassing stories I can think of that I could like use from my life or my friends' lives wouldn't work for Zala and where she comes from.
Yep.
So
I've just never done anything embarrassing in my life.
I've definitely done. I've walked into a wall before a couple of times.
That's not embarrassing.
But that's not something that Zala would really have much of an opportunity to do.
I ran like full-fledged into a tree trunk, fall down while playing soccer once, but
That's impressive.
it's just life.
once I completely wiped on my bike while I was trying to get up onto the sidewalk, and a guy came over to see if I was fine. I was like, no, I'm fine. When I got back home, my entire face was like all scraped up.
Oh,
Like,
God.
that must have been like terrifying to see someone like, no, I'm fine.
I once, while riding dirt bikes in the desert, went over a hill and launched myself into jumping cactus.
Wow.
Great.
But I was wearing leather, so it was also fine.
Okay.
I wasn't.
See, that's where you went wrong. You should have been wearing like a cool
On my
dirt bike
face?
uniform. Yeah, man, you don't know? Like the whole leather daddy mask. That's what you do when you go riding dirt
While
bikes.
riding a bicycle?
Yeah, man!
If you're in the desert, yeah, you absolutely want to.
I'm not. I'm in a
Yeah.
temperate
Yeah.
suburban area.
But Lynn
saying, you
said
should
in the
invest.
desert, you
Like the whole
absolutely
zipper
need
mouth
to
thing.
wear a mask like that if you're going to be riding a dirt bike in the desert.
Hence the jumping cactus.
All right.
I think
So
when Bernie comes back, Shay is in the middle of telling a story about the time she punched a girl who was making out with Gideon because she thought she was attacking.
God!
oh my god, I
That's
want
so
to hear that
good.
story.
I'm not telling the whole story because that's just the
Oh, no.
idea of the story. But
Okay.
that's I'll tell
Gideon's
you
like,
what-
Bernie says
that was too funny. Oh.
Shay, it seems like you and I have something in common here.
I think the longer we go through embarrassing stories, the more Zala's just gonna be like, I don't think I have anything embarrassing on that level.
Okay. Everyone's got a different level of embarrassing.
Zala just kind of looks like confused about how situations like this could even come up.
Poor planning.
You do stupid stuff.
All right. You all finished dinner, lunch. Is there anything you all would like to do before heading out? You've got about, I would say, a solid 2 hours at least once, you've all wrapped up your meal.
Nothing I can think of.
Nothing off the top of my head.
Okay. So after the meal and you all begin preparing, you head back to the hall that you're staying at, gathering all your things. Cordelia feels better and makes her way with you toward the northern exit to Careholt, where you can see Gareth and his team have assembled, along with a few other individuals, that were at the War Council as well. You can see the young man in blue robes who offered to come with you all is there, and along with Zari, who, when you arrive, she smiles at you and says, excellent. Now that we're all here, I can distribute these. She pulls out from a small leather pouch on her side these wooden, ovular constructs that look like almost Picasso-esque. It's got a single ear carved into it and a mouth as well. She passes one to you all, passes one to Gareth, and says, as I said, these, when they are within range of the forest, and you will technically be under the forest's protection when you are making your way up the mountain, you will have more potent use of the magic. When you arrive at the designated places that for you all it will be a little bit more difficult to determine. There are two pale stones that mark the beginning entrance to the temple. We believe that the individuals in question are waiting atop that entrance point. So once you have arrived there, please inform us, inform Gareth and his team, and if him and his team are in place, you can begin the attack, but not until both teams are in place. That understood?
Understood.
Gareth nods. Understood.
I love him.
All right. Then I wish you all best of luck. May the pale tree and Udona herself guide you.
Thank you. I will bow.
And as you all set out from Careholt, your own group accompanying the Lurendes Fang and a few other tagalongs in the young healer and Gideon, you make your way toward the Udona Shield mountain range. And that is where I am going to wrap this session, because there is potentially combat session.
But
I would
just
like
potentially.
Potentially.
Just maybe.
It depends how far you guys get in the
I
mountain.
mean, it's a tunnel. How much could we really get into? I say that laughing
Sure.
because I know we could get into a lot of
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well,
more worried about it's a tunnel. How much are we going to be able to avoid?
How many animals are we going to run into that Alois is going to want to talk to?
Oh god, it's gonna be those big bugs.
I have another question.
The freaking spider.
I forget. Can I do Shape Earth yet?
I don't know, can you?
I forget.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You only have level 3 spells.
Slowly becoming master of all the elements.
I still
Shape
only
water,
have
shape
level
earth.
1 spells.
Mold Earth is a 6th level spell.
Sixth
So,
level.
not yet.
Got
Still
a little while.
Oh,
still
but
a
I can
little
do
bit
meld
away.
into stone. I can become the rock.
Yes, you can do that.
Just like
That you
God.
can do.
shrink wrapping or so. God, I'm so nervous for this next session. I get the
It'll
feeling.
be great.
I get the feeling something's gonna happen.
Why? Whatever would give you that feeling?
Just before we end, how many people do we have with us again?
So in your team, you have 7 people altogether. Your own 5. You have Gideon, and you also have a young man by the name of Valace.
How do you spell that?
Valace. Valace. Or Valace. I don't know.
Cool.
Solid.
How young is he?
He looks to be about Aloise's age.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Teenagers.
Hey, I'm not a teenager.
I thought you were 19.
Wow.
Oh, you're 21. I thought you were
She's
19.
21. She's 21.
I guess I can't say shit. That's how old I am.
Oh yeah,
was
shit. I
19.
forgot.
21 years old. Oh, those are rascals.
Babies.
Ashi was 19, Lynn.
Oh, she was 19.
And she became the leader of a crusade, so there.
She
Just
did.
shut her parents.
She did.
Should we wrap things up for the evening?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap up.
So, for our wrap up, friendly reminder, go subscribe to us on YouTube. Go make all of your friends subscribe to us on YouTube. Steal their accounts and subscribe to us on YouTube. We want to hit 100 subs on YouTube. like really badly. So help us get there.
Yes.
We would love you all forever. We're already gonna love you all forever anyway, but it would be
We
more.
already do.
And also, you know, dice for someone eventually.
I
Nice
just
gift.
dropped the grinding coffee referral link into the chat. If you want some coffee, I need to get in touch with them to make sure they sent the shipment, because I think it should have arrived for me already. But
The borders are
anyway,
messed up right now, though.
Yeah, the borders
that's
are
very true.
hella
That's
crazy.
very true. I just want to make sure they sent it so we can say for sure, like, oh, it's because of the borders or
Yeah.
whatnot. Anyway, I need to get in contact with them.
Even if you're not
Check the
huge
referral.
on coffee, they have like beanies and things, so you know.
And a tip jar. You can just
Yeah.
tip them.
So, but if you purchase from Grinding Coffee through our affiliate link, you get a discount, we get commission, and you support not one but two queer-owned businesses. I'm getting really quiet, and I don't know why.
That's fine. Yeah, I think that is everything. So as we say, stay safe, wash your hands,
Wear a
and
mask.
And
Wear a
if,
mask,
if you're in
please
the
do.
Pacific Northwest, watch those fire warnings.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do be careful. We send all our love to all of our viewers in the Pacific Northwest dealing with, God, what just looks like hell on earth right now.
I've got a lot of people
Yeah,
who
I
live
don't
in
think there's anyone-
Oregon, and those pictures are
They're
like
terrifying.
the sky is
Legit.
just fucking terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, it scares the shit out of me.
I don't think anyone here would do that. But if you're watching in the future, stop your stupid gender reveals with fire.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, man.
If you want to do it, get a cake that's blue or pink or green
It's
inside.
great.
Yeah,
It's great.
what's wrong with that? It's a cake.
Everybody can eat it afterwards.
Pyrotechnics.
And it
Cake
generally won't light things on fire. One candle. Just one candle.
No, Noki, you don't need candles for a gender reveal.
True.
You don't need candles for a gender reveal.
Okay,
Quite frankly,
so-
you don't
whoa,
need a
whoa,
gender
whoa.
reveal unless you are a trans person, but
Yeah. Holy shit. I need to have a gender reveal party.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh my god, yes. Let's have a gender reveal party. We'll all play D&D.
yeah.
And we'll all get some kind of cupcake.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
we
yeah,
can
and
all
we
eat
can
it
wear
together.
color, we can like color match. That'd be
Those
so-
fancy moose cakes
Oh
from
my God.
Wegmans.
Yes. Okay, I am 100% here for this, so I'm gonna arrange that.
Great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We need
but
to
we
head
will
out.
wrap up. Wear a mask, wash your hands, and take care of each other.